Namaskar, Radhe Radhe, Hare Krishna. In our life, sometimes we see someone they are feeling so alone, and sometimes we are also feel alone. And what is this? This is the sign of weakness of our mind or emotions. And what is this? Then here answer is when one feels some feel alone, then there is they have to be respectful for their this one conditions. Yes, maybe for the first time it seems so meaningless what actually I'm sharing. But when one feel alone, they are lucky for themselves because they are getting the chances for understand their realities. They can feel more about them or they can make themselves more stronger than before. If one feel alone, then there is nothing like any doubt they can get the power through nature for making themselves more stronger than before times. In this world, if one meditate for their concentration or or keep their prayer for the Lord, then if they are doing this, then they are first of all alone means they are particular doing this one job and this one worship for the Lord. So loneliness is not can say a bad thing or worse thing. If one feel this one thing, then they have to be careful for understanding this reality. They are really so lucky to have them, to have the power for feeling about themselves. Because in the crowd, how they react, how they can feel about themselves, how they understand their realities, what they like, what they can feel. They haven't those kinds of power for understanding this reality of their life. If someone want to live happily and peacefully their life, then first of all they have to keep meditation for themselves. And if we ever know this reality, if we want to do meditation, then we have to be separate for the crowd from the crowd, sorry. Then we can meditate. And meditation also happen with a side of loneliness. So there is nothing like any negative word we can say about it if someone feel alone, because life has both the choices just create their form in front of us. If we were able to see the reality of life, then we get the chances in both the conditions, negative and positive. But in our hands, we can get the power for making themselves positive or negative. Choices we have, what we want to choose for the conditions, we want to make them negative or positive. So if one feel alone, then they have to be thankful for the Lord, because they are alone and they are able to know about themselves. They can meditate for themselves, they can understand their realities, what maybe and in the crowd they are not able to understand those of them, but they are now ready to have them to understand them, and now they can work for them. And after doing those of their job, they can make themselves more stronger than before. This is really itself a big worship, and also can say the honesty with our own soul. Because every time we are making ourselves like a toy, like a puppet for making others happy, satisfied, all those chores. What we can do and what we are doing for ourselves, for our satisfaction, for making others happy, satisfied, and blissful. This is not the worship for us, because we also have the desire, we also have the emotions. We can have the power of realizing them, understanding them, and also fulfilling them. This is not impossible if we can have the power for realizing them. Life is very broad, we ever know this reality. But if we are satisfied with ourselves, then this is our big loyalty and big achievement for life. And in life, maybe everyone has the means one particular time when they are feeling alone. Then they have to understand, if they feel alone, then they are getting their chance for thinking about themselves more than before, and they can work for themselves on themselves. And if someone do this one thing, this kinds of reality, then without any doubt, everyone has the positive thinking about their life. Everyone can be positive for their life, and can able to make themselves satisfied, because satisfaction is itself a great realization, a blissful feeling also for all of us. But first of all, we have to choose what we want to choose. We have to make ourselves depressed with loneliness or make ourselves stronger in the same conditions. So, in this nature, Lord has given us this knowledge. Everything has both the side, negative and positive. Choices we have, and also right we have what we actually want to choose for ourselves. And if we are able to choose the right thing, right path, then we can say we are living life. Yes, we in the circle of stress, we are not living life. We are just neglecting life. Yes, neglecting life. If we are allowing to understand those the reality, realness of eternity, beauty of nature, if we are able to understanding those all the things, then we can say we are living our life. In my experience, I observe this reality. Nothing is going to happen by chance. Nothing is going to happen by chance in our life. What we just create, we can get the same. This is the reality. But first of all, we are not, means we don't want to understand this reality and also don't want to accept what I did. Sometimes we are doing our faults and just make again and again try to make ourselves satisfied. No, we are means there we are not wrong. We are always right. For little moment we can do this, but for every time we are not able to do the same thing. Because if we accept for the first time, maybe this is cruel thing, hard thing, but we accept what we did. Maybe if we are doing wrong, then we accept them honest, then we are not giving anything good for others. We are making ourselves thankful, blissful for our emotion, and then we can feel the real peace and serenity in our belief soul. Life is also like in the same way, because every time we are seeing here and there, if someone feel alone, they are depressed, they are just neglected by their own thoughts. Why they are wasting their precious time and also their whole structure of life. If they have those all the loneliness, then they can use those the blessing of Lord. Then they can understand their reality, their emotions, what actually they want, and they can move according to those all the waves of their choices, their likes. Because here most important thing is their likes, what actually they like. Because if we are doing anything according to others, then there maybe we are attaining our roles, but we are not satisfied actually. But according to our thoughts, maybe for the first time it is not looking so important, so broad, but if we are doing according to our choices and emotions, desires, then we can say we are satisfied. Yes, we are satisfied and we can feel the life. And always try to keep the positive words on our tongues. Yes, this is really big thing for all of us, and this affects us in a very broad way. Never ever try to explain or keep any kinds of negative words on our tongue. Yes, because we think, oh, for the joke we are telling, for one moment we are telling. No, not for an moment we are telling. Actually we are just making our whole the structure of life in those similar way what actually we are explaining. So all the time we are able to say good thing for others, and we can do this. And there one any kinds of, if objection makes us feel weak, then just neglect them and realize our reality. We are the maker of our existence, and if we are able to explain, to say the positive words, then those positive words really affects us, directly affects us. This is not the joke, this is the reality, this is the eternity. This is the eternity rule, and also can say the power of eternity, can say the gravitation of the whole structure of environment, nature. What we give get the same. If we are giving the positive words towards us, then we are getting the towards the nature, and we are getting the same to all of us. So always always give the positivity, maybe what the conditions we are facing or we are seeing or we are in right now. But we have to share all the time positive words, positive thing, and also the positive shadow of life. Shadow means our attentions. in positive way. This is not so hard if we think how we can, then there is only the weakness of our thinking power exists there. Overall, this is not so hard. And we have heard about those movie All Is Well. This movie based on in the same way. All is well, this word is really the power of eternity, the power of galaxy which affects us a lot. So what the condition in which we have right now, in which we are surviving or we are facing maybe, but we have to say all the time good things, good word. That is, yes, we are happy, we are satisfied, and we have all the satisfaction what we want for ourselves. This is the life's significant sign, importance, and also the meaning. And if we are ready to have them, to understand them, then we can say we are not only the breathing, we are living our life. I hope all of you also want to live your life in blissful way, peaceful way. So don't try, always do. In which whatever the condition you have, whatever the emotions you have, but always try to give your best for yourself first. If you are able to give yourself positive words, then you know one thing, you are not ever, you are getting again and again, and on the right moment, the same thing through the nature, from nature to you. So this is life, this is the meaning of life. I hope all of have those all the powers, and we can understand this reality. So we have to not try, we have to do this. Radhe Radhe, Hare Krishna.